philosophy of camp and the promises of camp are so, so important, and I want them to resonate in your heart. And if they don't, then we want to know if they don't. Let me tell you a little bit about the history of camp. Does anybody know when camp started?
1926.
1926. And were girls here then? Or just boys?
No.
Just boys. And I was talking to Kay Holiday this morning, but she said, first of all, the Branson community was so small at the time, but the Kanakuk guys used to come for 8 weeks at a time as campers when it first started. And they used to get here by train. And so this was their summer. I mean, their parents sent them away for the summer, and it was just the guys, but Kay said the whole community used to just like jump on board, like the Kanakuk guys are here. They would swim at a resort across the lake, and they would, travel by bus to Silver Dollar City, and Silver Dollar City was not what it is today. So camp has always made a huge impression in this community too. But the other thing that's cool, and turn in the white pages, it's sort of in the beginning, it's page 33. But we're going to talk a little bit about the history of camp. Because there has been a road paved before you that I want you guys to understand. Kanakuk didn't just start and we made up some promises and a philosophy, but there have been years and years and lifetimes of legacy built into this place. And so it's so important that you guys catch that legacy because God has chosen you to take part in it. So there could be a really, really healthy pride that you've been chosen to work here. Because anywhere you go in life, you guys, you may go spend a year overseas, you're probably going to meet somebody that shares the Kanakuk legacy. I know one year in college I was in Paris and I was sitting in this little cafe and there was this camper that walked in with a Kanakuk shirt on. But all of you that have worked here before, you probably know anywhere you go you're going to meet somebody that shares the Kanakuk legacy, which is a really, really cool thing to share. So, from stories passed down, we know that this used to be Indian territory, which is why we have so much tradition with our Indian ceremonies. And so know this, that we can laugh and we can joke about it, but it can be a really serious thing, and it can be something that we can really honor and respect, because this is the land that they used to be on. The other thing is camp started out, and you guys will get questions. You may have a camper whose dad was a camper for 10 years, and he's going to come and he's going to tell you every story about his time at camp. You're going to be like, I don't even know what he's talking about. But now know a little bit of the history. Camp started out as Camp Cugahoe. And that was what it was in 1926 and changed over to Kanakuk. Kanakuk is an Indian term for the loved one. So that's what Kanakuk means. In 1932, Uncle Bill Lance, which is such a name around camp, he took over Kanakuk and had a big vision for camp. And when he was here, it was just Kanakuk for boys. Kay Holiday was telling me that one year on trail, she went to his house. This was years and years ago. This was during her first years. And he said, Kay, I want to show you something. He had a book, a binder of every letter he had ever received from somebody at camp, staff or campers, and his response to it. So he was a man of follow through. And you're going to see that in a lot of leaders at camp. But that they're people of follow through. So that's a great legacy that he left. Spike and Darnell, which are Joe White's parents. Spike has passed away, but when I was a camper, he was around, and he was always around. This is he put his life and his breath into camp. There's so many things around camp right now that he built with his own two hands. Spike I know that they said it would be like dumpster diving now, but there was no scrap that wasn't worth using at camp. He was a great steward, and he built so much at camp with his two hands. And we get to see that stuff because we have the flagship. So this is what he built. But Spike and Darnell purchased camp in 1955. And Spike has a lot of Spike-isms that you may hear. Melissa, I feel like knows tons of them, but you always leave something better than you found it. There's just lots of things that Spike said that have stuck around camp.
God don't make no junk.
What is it?
God don't make no junk.
God don't make no junk. So Spike has left a great legacy. But anyways, one of his philosophies was, if it's good enough for 80, it ought to be better for 1,000. And so with Spike is when camp started to expand. And obviously camp is huge. We hired 2,500 staff. And it used to just be 80 weekends, just a few staff. So camp has definitely over in 55 and 58, Kanakuk came into being. And it wasn't right here on this site, but it was pretty soon after that. Spike and Darnell were the first directors of Kanakuk, and you guys, they made so many sacrifices because of their passion for this place. I know there's a book that Darnell wrote, so if any of you guys ever want to look at it, has some just really, really cool history and pictures and that kind of stuff. But they spent, even their first year marriage, they would spend the night apart in the summer so that she could run Kanakuk and invest in the lives of girls for Christ. And he would spend the night on the boys' side. And she said, I used to cry myself to sleep sometimes because she wanted to be with him so bad, but they knew that this was God's calling in her life. So there's been tons of sacrifice. Also, within 1 year, this is in the early days of K-1, K-2. So Coops and Diane were here, Kay Holiday, Joe and Debbie Joe. They would travel together on trail. Like what you see now, there's like 9 groups per week out for 15 weeks or so. And we make that work, and we get to spend great time with our family. Sometimes that's hard, but we sometimes take it for granted because we look back, and they used to share one hotel room, all of them. And they used to travel weeks and weeks and weeks on end to get campers. So in 1 year, they doubled their staff and doubled their campers. So it was lots of hard work, and obviously God was right in the middle of that. 72, Joe came back to Branson. In 76, him and Debbie Joe took over camp. And obviously Joe's desire again was to expand camp. So you'll see that then there was K2, then there was K-West, K-Country, Kids Across America, K7, Kids Across America 2, K-Colorado, K-Extreme, which turned into K-Classic, which is now point 11 after this year, K-Golf. 79, K-Life was established. And we're going to talk a little bit about this, but Kanakuk has very long arms. And so the umbrella that Kanakuk is over, and that legacy of over, contains Kids Across America, and this is on one of your first blue pages. If you guys want to look, it says K-World. So they're all of our camps. There's K-Life, there's Kids Across America. In 2002, the Kanakuk Institute came about, which you guys got to hear about yesterday. We recommend to everybody. And then there's tons of ministries under the Kanakuk umbrella also. After Dark. Many of you guys been to After Dark on your campus? It's life-changing and hopefully changed your campus, which is really cool. That's where Joe goes and acts as a Jewish carpenter and talks about Jesus and builds a cross in front of all the students. It's an amazing, amazing deal. But lots of people come to know Christ through that. Pure Excitement is a high school ministry, and that's where Joe talks about purity, travels the country and talks about purity with high school students. There's Kanakuk International, there's Kanakuk Haiti, and the Alumni Fund. We love when you guys are going out into the world to reach the world for Christ. We love to be able to support you in that. So there's an